Ladies and gentlemen, did you know that in World War II, the Schutzstaffel, the SS, the German SS, the Reich, their elite bodyguard for Hitler, his personal army basically, they had a bunch of black men and they had a bunch of Latina and Asian women serving in the Schutzstaffel. Because the Germans were all about basically expanding their empire, exterminating their inferiors, and, expanding their population eastward into, Belarus, Ukraine, Russia, et cetera, and building a Fourth Reich, the Third or Fourth Reich. And because of that strong belief in their, genetic superiority, the Schutzstaffel, the Germans, the elite forces of the Germans, hired a bunch of ethnic minorities. Which they actually did, I think, towards the end of the war as they got low on manpower. But the absurdity of what has been coming out of some AI software shows that we're not quite there yet. Now, what am I talking about? Well, Google has this thing called Gemini, where I guess you could generate images of, you can just give it a prompt and it'll generate an image for you. And this diversity clown software produced some of the most outrageous images that you could possibly imagine, like, German soldiers in World War II being minorities. Could you imagine a black guy fighting for Germany? The white race, the German race will be supreme. They will rule the world. Yeah, that's freaking hilarious. Okay, so they had stuff like that, and they somebody typed in, "Show me a picture of a pope. I want to see the pope." And Gemini produced a pope that was black, and then another pope that was a Latina or Asian lady or something. No white popes though, because the popes were always diverse, by the way. But the AI, while it does really cool things, you can tell that it's not quite there yet. And the whole point of this is that just like every other freaking boom, there's always the risk that the technology that everybody's shilling is people are expecting it to change things very rapidly. Now, all the excitement in the market now is NVIDIA, AI, my hot guy, large cap tech. Oh my God, AI is going to change the world and massively increase corporate profits. And maybe it will. It probably will at some point. But everybody's rushing in and just going crazy over this stuff. And they're not even thinking that maybe it's happening too early. Now, as a long-term index fund investor, I don't freaking care. But what I worry about with a lot of you guys is you're getting really sucked into this excitement. And I can start to see the excitement come back. I could see the excitement and the thrill and the gambling mentality come back. And people are starting to jump into the market. They're buying options again. They're trading crypto. Bitcoin's going to the moon. All this clownery is coming back. And all these idiots on YouTube are looking like geniuses again. And when an idiot on YouTube looks like a genius, something could potentially be wrong here. So, the whole point of this video is I'm trying to warn you guys that just because you made money in the past couple of months or maybe even a year buying these large cap tech on the dip or these chip stocks, you could have made money for a very bad reason. I could go gamble and I could, have a 1 in 100 chance of winning. And I put my entire life savings on it and I won. Oh my God. I 100x'd my retirement savings. Now I can retire and never work again and just sit on my ass and watch show and eat popcorn all day. But just because I won doesn't mean that I made a smart decision. I took a gamble. I gambled my entire life savings on very low odds to potentially Henhex. And I won. But it was a stupid decision because there was also a 99% chance that you would have lost everything. Now, obviously, it's not that extreme when you're buying these chip stonks or these large cap tech stocks. But it is a similar scenario where you make a decision, the decision works out for you, and you think the justification was good because it worked out for you. Well, it could have just as easily not worked out for you. And with this whole AI craze, when you have a leading tech company like Google, where their AI engine is producing black popes and, black fascist soldiers from World War II, It's ridiculous. Okay? Like, it's the most insane crap I've ever seen. Now, some of you diversity clowns will be like, oh, so what? It's diversity. But it shows that the AI isn't yet all there. It's obviously not even close to be having a human's level of reasoning. Because you as a human, you can look and you can see a Schutzstaffel, an SS soldier, and you'd be like, okay, probably blonde hair, blue eyes, the rice, tall, handsome. And then you see a Vietnamese woman. Like, it doesn't make any sense. You as a human, you know that automatically. Whereas Google Gemini, I mean, I wouldn't say it's like some diversity plot to not show white people, but I think it's just not there yet, okay? And it may take longer than you think for these things to get to the point where they're even smart enough to not do something stupid, like make a German soldier in World War II in the Hitler's personal bodyguard or personal army be freaking a Latina woman or a Asian lady. It doesn't make any freaking sense, okay? So I know it seems like everybody's making money. It's okay, guys. People brag and they talk trash. But you know what? I've made a lot of money too. Shockingly, I know VT is lame and boring, but I've got multiple six figures and it's been rocketing up recently. And before you know it, I might even be a millionaire if we go through another bull market. And guess what kind of risk I took? Basically none. I mean, yeah, sure, VT could crash, 100%. But is the risk of buying VT for the expected reward as bad as the risk of buying NVIDIA and getting the expected reward? I would say buying NVIDIA is insanely more risky. And as somebody that's been investing for 12 years, where I've saved diligently, I've saved for 12 years, living below my means, trying to max my tax advantage accounts, focusing. The last thing I'm going to do is bet my financial future on degenerate gambles, which a lot of you are doing, and potentially losing it all. Because a lot of you bought the dip of these tech stocks and you did well. And that's great, okay? If I don't hate you, I'm happy you make money. But I want Jeremy to go freaking bankrupt. I want him to lose everything. But if you made money, that's great. But it's not necessarily because you're smart. It could just be because you got lucky. And if you're getting swept up into this new AI craze and it turns out that it's not as advanced as you might think, like having Latina or Asian Schutzstaffel soldiers, maybe this might actually pop or pull back. And if you're concentrated in these companies, you could lose 30, 40% of your portfolio. And you know what you'll do? You will sell. It'll drop 30, 40%, and you bussy boys will sell, and you will lose 30 or 40% of your capital. You know how much capital I lost with VT? 0. I'm actually green on basically every single investment that I've ever made into VT. Wow, that's so hard. Oh my God, a 40% loss. I don't care. Even if VT dips, I don't care. I mean, I'm not selling it. I have a clear strategy. So just heed my warnings, have a little bit of restraint. You want to have fun, you want to gamble with some stonks, okay. Don't use leverage, don't sell options, keep it to a small part of your portfolio, fine, I don't care. But please be careful. Don't get swept up into this bubble and start making rash decisions because everybody is not getting rich. Trust me, I remember the clown market and everybody was getting rich then, and now they're not rich. That's freaking crazy. What happened? All right, guys. Talk to you later.